really sure what to expect here, but money shot. Oh shit. Whoa. There is some stuff in here. Okay. Island magnets. Oh my god. They sent me a bunch of stuff. Bunch of souvenir stuff from Hawaii. That's so cool. And this is a calendar. That's so cool. I actually don't have a calendar up there right now, so I can throw this up. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'll put the Instagram to the person who sent this to me right here. So cool. Alright, first in this one, we got... That's really cool. That's so cool. What the heck, dude? I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all of this support and being awesome like this. So cool. Shortbread cookies. Oh my god. I'm gonna be fat. Oh, I think this is a letter. I probably should have read this. Sheesh. Aloha, Michael. Just a few gifts of aloha. Hope you enjoy all of them. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. I'll put her Instagram in the description. So cool. Frickin' island chocolates. And a frickin' shirt. That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, now I got a big smile on my face, but unfortunately I have to go into work today. So yeah, it is what it is, but only for a few hours. Just have to do some work, some editing, and then when we get back, we can start doing stuff. So I arrived here just in time, I guess. Started filming. Wish I started filming like 2 minutes earlier. It was literally like you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you, raining so hard. But my car is way over there, right there, and I can't see if the glass parency is working. I'm assuming it's working very well, but I wish that I could go out and see it. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go look. Hopefully I don't get struck by lightning here, but yeah, it's working. Beating right off. I wish that I could go out and take it for a spin right now, but I gotta work. But it's doing its job. Not a lot of them are beating off though. I was hoping that they were gonna beat off a little bit more aggressively, but probably because I installed it. Oh well. Get clean. Starting to rain harder now. All right guys, I've been out of work for a little while. I'm actually surprised I haven't made this video yet. You're not really a car filmer channel until you make a video like this. So right now I'm heading to this kind of new spot that I've never been to before. I want to kind of scope it out in terms of like a shoot location. I drove past it a couple weeks ago and it was around like sunset and it looked really nice. So I'm gonna go there and we're gonna peep it out a little bit and then we're gonna shoot this video there, and it should be pretty good. So we'll see you there. This is 5 reasons why I hate my Stance Civic. Look at this little spot that I found though. You can barely get like a car in here. You can get a car in here, which is cool. That's a positive. And it leads right down to this lake. Right up to the edge. This is really cool. I brought my drone real quick too, so I'm gonna send that up and get some shots of everything. I also brought my gimbal and everything like that, so we can get some nicer shots of the car for some B-roll and detail shots and all that good stuff, because I'm gonna be commentating and telling you guys what I hate about the car and all that stuff, but it looks good from right here. It's a nice shot. That might be the thumbnail right there. I've been here for a decent enough amount of time, just getting shots and drone shots and all that stuff, I might as well start off. So I guess the first thing we're gonna start with is the wheels. Now the wheels that I have on this car are Workmeister S1 two-piece. They're two-piece welded, so technically they're one piece, but they were two-piece, blah, blah, blah. They're really, really nice wheels, and I love them so much, but they're such a nightmare to keep clean. Let me show you why. All right, I cleaned these yesterday, literally yesterday, and they are just disgusting all over again, no matter what I do. Now I know that's partially the brake pad's fault. Obviously it's a OEM pad and it leaves a lot of residue and stuff like that. I could get ceramic pads and aftermarket pads and stuff like that. I just haven't done it yet. So literally every single time that I need to clean my wheels, I clean them, and the next day they're just gross. This one is really hazy. This needs to be polished out, but they're just gross. They get gross so easily. But that's the problem with having polished lips and white faces on real wheels. And you live in a place where it's dirty all the time. It's dirty everywhere, but the amount of road work that they've been doing around my area lately has just been disastrous, and it's nothing but dirt. And even this road, look at this road. It's just destroyed. This road isn't even friggin' traveled on, like, ever. It's just destroyed. But yes, the first thing that I do not like about this car, kind of, is the wheels, and that is because they get dirty so fast. So fast. In the future, I definitely want to get them ceramic coated or get a different size set of wheel. That way that I can kind of run a different setup on this car. I love them the way they are right now, but they're just such a nightmare to keep clean. Now these numbers are going to be rated as 1 as my least hated, which is the wheels, up to 5, which is the most hated thing about this car. So number 1 is the wheels, number 2 is the paint job, and I'll talk about it right now. So for those of you that are new to this channel or didn't watch this get painted, this got painted by Mako. It is a Mako that is near me, and they have a really good reputation for doing decent paint jobs. I went to them and I contacted them about doing a paint job on this, and I wanted to keep the original OEM green-blue color of the car. In terms of them paint matching it, they did as best as they could, and I give them props for it because it came out really good. There's actually a shit ton of paint flake, in like metallic flake in the paint, and in the sunlight this car just pops like no other. It looks so good. But the downside is, since it is Mako, there are some imperfections here and there that are very hard to notice, but once I point them out, you'll probably won't be able to ever unsee them. But going around the car, you'll see a couple spots. You can see that right there, that's a drip right on the front of the car. Right here you can actually see this one embedded on the trunk right here because of the paint flake. It makes it pop, but this is a pretty decent sized drip. Right here in the reflection you can kind of see it. That's another decent sized drip. The rear bumper came out awesome for the best that they could. They left it on the car when they painted it, which is impressive because it's actually very even. But in the corners here, I don't know if you guys can see it, you can kind of see how it's kind of rough here. I'm not entirely sure what happened with that, but that wasn't there before when we dropped the car off, but it's okay. You have to remember this car is not expensive. It's not an expensive car, so I don't need a $4,000 paint job. I don't need expensive motors. I don't need all this crazy stuff to make me happy. The paint on this is perfect for this car. I love it, and I'm not gonna change it. All right, damn it. All right, so number 2 was the paint. Number 3 is the exhaust. Now, in terms of the exhaust, I have a Yonaka catback system on this car. It sounds great. It has a really deep tone to it. It doesn't sound Honda fart canny whatsoever. But with this being a low car, you have exhaust issues, and this car is no stranger to exhaust issues. I've been under this car maybe 3 or 4 times since I've had this exhaust put on, and every time something leaks. The new downpipe and headers that I just put in recently, I had an eBay downpipe and a DNA motoring set of headers put on this, just because I know that I'm gonna scrape them and I don't wanna pay for an expensive part. But those are already leaking because of the road work in my town. I hit something and it knocked it loose somewhere. Haven't had the time to go under the car and fix it, so it just kind of remains leaking. So, I don't know what that sounded like on the camera, but if you did hear an exhaust leak, there you go. It always has an exhaust leak, and I think throughout the duration of this car being stanced and slammed, it's gonna have an exhaust leak, and I just gotta live with it. It's whatever. As long as it's not ridiculous, that's okay with me. So, number 3 was the exhaust. So I'm gonna move to number 4 right now. Dun, dun, dun! Yes, this car is automatic. I know, you're yelling at me. I can hear you through your screen at your house. You're yelling at me. I know. I bought this car for 2,500 bucks off an old lady. She was the only owner. I'm the second owner of this car. I bought it with 85,000 miles on it. It has not a lick of rust anywhere. The undercarriage is immaculate. Engine bay is perfect. It had an entire head tune-up and everything when I first bought it. So that's why I got it. This car is just in such good shape, I couldn't turn it down even though it was an automatic. In terms of automatic, I honestly don't really care about it being auto or manual. I can drive both, but you guys absolutely hate automatic. And wherever I go, no matter what show, visiting with my friends, anything, all I get is ragged on for it being an automatic. For those of you that are new to the channel, I am going to be manual swapping this car. We have a donor car that's a full manual car. We're going to be taking everything out of that and swapping it into this car. We just have not had the time recently. Every single weekend that we have the time, I'm busy doing something else. But as I was saying, yes, this car does have an automatic transmission. I know you guys don't like automatics, cringe, all that stuff. Just to back myself up really quick, I'm gonna pop the hood and show you guys how clean it actually is, because it was worth it, in my opinion. No rust, nothing. Obviously there's rust on like the aluminum stuff and the brackets and all that. Ignore the subwire, that will be tucked. But yeah, there's like nothing. There's not even oil on the top of the transmission. There's not even oil leaking from the side of the valve cover. Like, this thing is beautiful. Look at the thermostat over there. There's nothing on it. It's just dirty. This car was a good purchase, in my opinion, for sure. Very clean. Another thing you guys are not okay with is the D series. Honestly, I have zero issues with them. I'm not a fast boy. Maybe I will be in the future, but for now, I'm perfectly fine with a beautifully running D series that gives me no issues whatsoever. All right, so number 1 was wheels. Number 2 was paint. Number 3 was exhaust. Number 4 was the automatic transmission. And now for number 5. The thing that I absolutely hate the most out of this car, and I mean every single time I drive this car, I get mad because of this exact thing. And I wish I never did it. I wish I never went through and put them in. They have been the worst decision by far on this car since I've owned it. I've had this car for a year and a half now. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, every time I talk about this, every time I bring this up, it just gets me pissed off. Okay, so when I got this car, it was obviously bone stock. I'll throw a picture of it right here. Any instinct of mine, the first thing that I want to do is lower it. And at the time, I didn't have any money. Now the coilovers I got, you may have seen videos about them. They're called max speeding rods. I don't even know what name they were trying to go with there, but regardless, I picked these coilovers up off of eBay for $270 shipped. That alone had me impressed. I was like, damn, like that cheap for like a full set of adjustable coilovers? That's friggin' awesome. All of my friends were telling me not to do it, and me being here today and talking about this, I should have listened to them like 110% because they're, oh my God. So, put them on the car. First, few months or so, they were okay because they still had the stock springs on them. Then 2018 rolled by and I got these Workmeisters. And immediately when I got the Meisters, I was like, all right, well now my fitment's gotta be that much better. For any of you that are planning on going low in a car, whether it's a Civic, a Toyota, a Nissan, a Subaru, whatever, when you go low, you need to stiffen your suspension. A lot of stock coilovers, when you get them, they have low spring rates. So you need to either buy a set of coilovers that have custom valves and a stiffer spring, or you could do what I did, and I do not recommend this to anyone anymore, is to put just a stiffer spring on a coilover that is valved for something 3 times as less. My Del Sol, which also rides like shit, had 13K springs, so I was like, why not? I'll buy the same set of springs that are on the Del Sol for the coupe. So I did. And then I put them on. And yes, it looks good from the outside, you know? Even camber, left and right, front and back, it looks good, but it rides like absolute shit. I have something that's coming to fix that right away. It's gotta be custom made, so I can't put it on right now. It's not even shipped yet, but I do have something in the works to fix this because I can't fucking take it anymore. It's so bad. Insert clip of me coming here, driving in this thing. All right, so that is pretty much the 5 things that I absolutely hate about my stanced Civic. I'm gonna give you guys 2 more just because I'm here and they popped in my head, and why not? The first extra one is gonna be my driver's side door. Now last year when I got this car, my brother backed into it when it was parked outside. Destroyed the stock door that came on the car. It was fully dented in, the molding was trash, everything was gone. So I had to get another door, but it is a red door. Guts are all the same, it's all the same. It's a red door. I get picked on all the time in the comments about it being a red door and why haven't you painted the door jambs yet and blah, blah, blah. I don't have anything to do it. It's not a priority for me right now. Car looks fine on the outside and that's all I care about right now. And another thing about this red door is that we haven't fully aligned it yet. So shutting it, you get kind of like a little bit of resistance, as you can see here. It's not perfectly aligned. Door shuts. It's just not 110% perfect, so it will need to be adjusted at some point. You can see the gap here is a little bit bigger, so it'll get adjusted all in due time. This car is a work in progress, especially since I drive it every day. I don't have the time to start ripping doors off and all that stuff. I've been a car channel for the past 3 years. I don't know why it took me so long to make this video, but I finally made the video on my 95 Civic EJ2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if this is kind of a cool spot to shoot at. It is pretty close to my house, so I will probably be back here at some point. You can see the sun sets. You really can't see it because it's too damn bright, but the sun does set right here. So this would look awesome at around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. It already makes this car pop. It looks so good. Also, minus the wind noise, I did learn how to fix the audio on this camera. It's been a back and forth battle and struggle between me trying to fix it and then you guys telling me it's still not working, and then me fixing something else and then it's still not working. I finally figured it out. It should be all set from here on out. I probably still won't be using this camera permanently. It's just gonna be for right now. I would like to get another Sony a6300 or an a6000. Those were the cameras that I used to film with, and then I vlogged with them at some point and I absolutely loved them. I miss them. The only downside is the screen doesn't flip up like this one. It's really not too big of a deal, but I do miss those cameras. So they have mic inputs, they have all that stuff, so it just makes it easier and a better video quality for vlogging. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.